I'm here to uncover more of this absolute crazy story of Asbury Pines. If you have missed the last couple of episodes, go check them out, because this is a wild, wild little game, man, and it's rising the ranks on my favorite games that I've played this year, and I still consider this probably the best idle game I think I've ever played. While we were gone, which was 3 hours and 28 minutes ago, because I spaced out a lot of my recordings today and did a 2-hour Silksong video in between this, we have completed some things, which is very nice. We have an artifact we completed. We have 2 scavengings that we completed. So the Four Corners service station and the Hillcrest playground are all squared away. The Four Corners service station, an oasis of gas, snacks, and bathrooms for tired highway travelers. And the foolhardy kids attempt the bumpy metal slide snaking down the hill. Very good. We also probably have a lot of resources now. Yeah, 4,000 money, 8,000 wood. That allows us to really start building this regional bank without any issues whatsoever, which is great. That'll be ready in about 3 minutes. And then we need food, which we cannot get quite yet. We got the library card, which gave us some knowledge. It's very exciting. Knowledge does allow me to start progressing stories of some people. We can't get XP in the space age yet. This menu, it has to look like Greek to some of you. It has to be completely and utterly insane to view this. I can now live life as young Alvin Van Eisen, which I think is a really good idea because we can get that close. It's like we have to be careful because I have 200 knowledge total. Hopefully we can get to this. I don't know, man. That's not looking likely. I'm gonna idle him back again. I'm kind of terrified of that. Can we live life as old Danny Pratis now? I think that would also be a good idea. Potentially, like, we can consider going, if I can ever find it, man. It's nature location, the deserted suburbia. We also don't have computers anymore, because you're using all the computers to make experience. Okay, we did get this, I guess. An abandoned grave is nothing at first, a cracked slab of stone covered in vines, moss, and bird shit. But it slowly seduces the visitor, first with its presence, why here? Then with its heft, who did this? With its words and dates, who was Sadie Sloan? How did she die young? Curiosity grows into imagination, a precocious child in the woods, perhaps lost, perhaps taken, perhaps devoured. No, she fell from a branch here, her secret playground. Father told her not to clamber around like a monkey, so she did it out of sight. Imagination grows so big it spreads itself like memory. Like of someone we know, or at least feel like we do, it all must mean something. Unexpectedly, we are somber, standing before a cracked slab of stone covered in vines, moss, and bird shit. Okay. I feel like I probably don't need XP here because you have 13,000, so let's chill on that. I have 11,000 computers. I have negative 11,000 computers. Okay. That number is probably going to rise, right? Now that we have more computers. How much oil do we have? 17,000. I mean, theoretically, we can start to mess with this again and at least get this. You're currently researching. How is this going? 1 hour and 40 minutes left on you. 2 hours and 40 minutes left on you. 2 hours and 48 minutes left on you. It's fine, okay? I think that's all good. My brain is all over the place. This would give me plastics, which I do think is good. We finished building this building. Let's take a look at this. Okay, we get knowledge and we get food, man. That's huge. That's huge. Sloan's Loans and Savings. What a name for a building, man. They had more whimsy back in the day, I'm telling you. Sloan's Loans. And then we can spend that to start getting XP, to start getting these guys going. My raccoon is scavenging. I mean, he kind of rocks. I'm not going to lie to you. He's a banger. But it does make you wonder if we should probably be throwing him on there just to get some meat and to get some, This is also scaling pretty well. Old Danny Pratis has a story. Let's take a look. Let's take 2 stories. My bad. And he's doing good stuff. Electricity is doing fine. You will live your life for a while, my friend. And now we can actually start. I can live life as priest Enoch, and I can live life as young Enoch and young Isaiah, which we will do both of, but I'm going to start here. September 2nd, 2058, we got out of town. Gavin heard the downtown church bells before dawn. Raiders. We could smell smoke from the direction of town hall. A few minutes later, Paul Hinckley was driving one of the town's last 3 trucks through our neighborhood, blaring his horns, shouting about getting to the gas station, joining the fight, dozens of attackers looting and killing. We grabbed our go packs and ran into Pine Hills Park like we planned if the town were ever in danger. Jackets, medicine, books, waters, crackers, dried fruit, flashlights, matches, small pots, and toilet paper. And I have a small hatchet, a map, a folding shovel, and a couple tarps for a tent. No longer am I guessing the decision to barter our little hand crank radio for 4 books on wilderness survival. Tomorrow we're going deeper into the game land, saying goodbye to Pine Hills Park. Winter will prove difficult. It'll be dark soon. Heather tries to fashion a tent. Gavin struggles with starting a small fire. We're working through the tears. We left friends and all we ever knew, but we all agreed to this plan the more we heard about the world burning around us. Worst coming to worst, how is society safe anymore? Alright, Danny, focus, rest, prioritize. To do, find fresh water, scout tomorrow for permanent shelter, make shelter, collect pine sap for fires, make spears/weapons. How about a crude bow? Small game traps, fish, forage and make a garden, how to store food, where to scavenge, what if we're found, will we have to kill? Seems all bad to me. Journal of Happenings, October 4th, 2066, how things devolve. Observed Asbury today. Downtown now has makeshift walls of scrap wood/metal, a messy enclosure surrounding the gas station, fuel and town hall shelter, about 4 acres all around. Enough to stop bullets, but vehicles? Doubtful. Body dangles from main gate with sign around its neck, Raider. Did Deb Wolf allow this? Recognize Mr. and Mrs. Taney patrolling pumpkin patches outside of town. They look shabby and mean. Carried sloppy pikes, wooden poles with knives fastened to the tip. To think they used to run the barber shop. I briefly remembered the old world where Mr. Taney gave me the gentleman's cut every time. Wanted badly to call out to them, talk about anything at all. Hunger, fear, birds, whatever. Did they still have their humanity? At least you're around to slow my inevitable slide into woodsman-style lunacy, dear journal. October 7th, 2066. Quite the day. Gavin and I diverted scavengers who came close to home. Bruised and hungry group of 4. 2 women, 1 old, 1 in her 30s. 2 men, 1 gray and missing his ears, and another teenage boy with burns on his shins. All from Detroit. Avoiding trafficked roads, fleeing destruction, and a maniac who thinks himself the instrument of God. The younger woman, Nadine, had yellow zinnia in her hair. Books of poems, Pablo Neruda, Billy Collins, Shel Silverstein under her arm. She told Gavin that he talked like a thesaurus. He said indubitably, and she laughed. Gavin was stubborn, wouldn't let me abandon them. We led them to an obsidian cave as a good place to rest. Older woman kissed my cheek before I left. Was dumbstruck, forgot how tender a kiss feels. I told Gavin I thought this was a bad idea. He said loneliness is a worse idea. Oh, brother, I see where this is going. Happy 72 years, you old wizard. Can you still walk? I hope so, because after reading this card, you need to join us down by the stream for some trout. We found wild dill, an apple compote. Compote. Yep, your eyes do not deceive. Heather made the good stuff. Tonight, I'm busting out the harmonica. Wrote us another song inspired by your obsession with the Quentin Brown guy. Forever Mine. A river ain't the same thing twice. Runs straight through hell and paradise and never takes a long look back. No aching feet or sunken heart, it ain't got time to fall apart, this perfect amnesiac. I wish I could let my woes, the way the old river seems to nose, to save itself from painful memory. But a joke, a joy, a warm embrace, the lingering smile on mama's face, can stay alive in our melody. So I'll sit and think on all we've done. There ain't no use to river run, I'll make the good forever mine. Forever mine, oh forever mine. I'll make the good forever mine. Love, Gav/Heth. Danny Pratis passes away in his sleep, 2069. Honestly, he lived an incredible life. Probably not the life he wanted to live, but it was an incredible life nonetheless. I probably should have done something with some other dudes while I was reading that, but that's okay. Father Enoch, let's live life with you a little bit. We now have a good chunk of knowledge, probably, he says, not having any clue how much knowledge. 325. Run young mayor for a little bit. And then let's run young Enoch a little bit. I probably should have done Isaiah. I suppose he's scavenging, so that's fine. The issue is we really need people to work here because this is how we get food and knowledge. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to immediately change my mind. We're going to live life here. I mean, I still need people to scavenge. I guess it has to be the raccoon to keep scavenging. We'll throw Enoch back on work. We also now... Didn't we have a friggin' field or something that came up a second ago? Scavenging? Artifact? Nature location. The wheat fields. Here you go. Okay. It's our way to get, It's our way to get some XP in this house. Yeah. Got a thing here. Beauty and romance of a wheat field in Asset's past. Sturdy trees were felled, thinned, and hauled. Embedded stones were carved from rest and lugged to form a long stone wall. Stubborn earth was then split by the wedge of a heavy plow, breaking dirt into rows so the long they met the horizon. Calloused hands, aching backs, swollen feet. A wheat field is an act of sheer will onto the land. Where does such will get its strength? A vision for the future. I do want to put somebody on you, but brother, I really need this raccoon to keep scavenging right now, I think. Although, I don't know. Do we actually? You're getting wood and money, right? Who cares? Who cares? Let's put you on here. That's going to rip away knowledge and food, but it's going to give me the XP. Well, we have the XP. Let's learn about Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah Kostka. O righteous universe, I see now, my third eye opens. Your consciousness fills me like new blood. My soul is sunlight, moonlight, starlight. All the light shows me my golden path. I must enlighten humankind. We both received your vision, Enoch and I. Here we go. We were vibing through the Pine Hills woods after a spring rain, dropping some acid, catching up on life, and exploring God's garden, as he calls it. I didn't think he'd be so groovy with taking a trip right before becoming a priest. I always loved his openness. All was mystical, glittering with dew, and the wind was music. We approached a small abandoned grave, and righteous universe, had me find a radical necklace with a green gem pendant. A one-eyed woman carved into it, just totally far out. And then we saw the same exact thing. A ghost appeared, a manifestation of a spirit of your universal energy. It shimmered like mist. You presented as a man who looked ragged and desperate, and you pointed at the necklace and you said, you must. Then your spirit vanished. On my knees on your earth, elated, I cried tears of joy. Enoch prayed. Pray, Enoch, pray. Hide in prayer like you always do when faced with the truth. I love that his description is acid cultist. That goes frickin' nuts. Okay, young Alvin, who I am sure is going to piss me off. F yeah, my aim is improving. I took down an ugly white raccoon behind Dory's diner. Just one shot with a .22 pellet. Right through the left eye. I should be in shoe-in for the Marines at this rate. It flopped around in pain and dropped the necklace with a green pendant. F didn't expect to see the face of a one-eyed woman on the green crystal. Kinda hot, actually. Reminds me of Everly from music class. My scarred beauty. Less than 3. That wrinkly old bag, Mrs. McGowan, she must have heard the dumb animal squealing. She hollered something like, you monster. Ha! I laughed right in her face. She better shut the F up or I'll tell my dad to cancel loans on her dying diner, LMAO. Wow, he's awful. Grew up to be awful, was awful. I love pieces of garbage. That's exactly what he is. I'm gonna have a southern drawl for the rest of my life because of playing this game, man. I'm so sorry. It just comes out now in every single person in this game. We have a Stag Beetle. What the hell are you doing, brother? Stag Beetle has arrived in Asbury Pines in Y2K. Start living life, man. You need a lot of time before you become anything of value. But I'm happy you're here. Can I live life as the Ponderosa Pine? I can. Go ahead and start living life there as well. Anybody able to do some science? We have Romina, who was doing nothing. How about in government? You guys are all doing stuff. How about worshipping? Unfortunately, all doing things. Wilma's currently working. Do we really need her to do that? We do not need her to do that. You can come off of that. That's producing way too much. We can throw you over here. That cut that down by literally 2 hours. Throwing that in. Enoch's currently living. I do think that that's a good idea to get that going. These guys are cruising along. Are we making plastic yet? Not yet. We haven't started that quite yet. I do think that that's important to start doing at some point. Enoch's about to get it. We could live life as young Danny as well, which I think is a good idea to start. And that's knowledge in this era, which is going to quickly remove knowledge in the later era as well. I mean, we're doing what we can, man. We're doing what we can. Can anybody... Young Alvin is currently blocked from living. Let's have you produce... I mean, I really don't need computers. I really don't need to do that at all, man. Why was he blocked from living? Young Alvin? He's just blocked regardless, I suppose. Okay. Homecoming Dance Hall. Young Alvin, get going, brother. It's fine. We'll get that fully figured out. And then Enoch's got a nice story here. So this is he at this point. I'm trying to remember what the story was here. This is right after yeah, Isaiah has now hung himself here, and this is the aftermath. Lord Almighty, hear my prayer. Thank you, Lord, for such a beautiful Saturday. What a wonderful wedding ceremony for Danny and Everly Pratis. Heartwarming to see so much of the town at the rec center, sharing in dance, food, and celebration. Such joy and community. Their kiss stirred up that memory again, the feeling of his, where was I? Yes, thank you, Lord, for guiding me in my wedding homily. At least a dozen folks said it was beautiful. I hope some of them consider stopping by for Mass more often. Lord, I can't shake this feeling that I saw a deep sadness in Everly. She looked lovely in her mother's old gown, and she was all smiles to the guests. But I noticed in her brief moment of solitude, when the photographers focused on the groom's party, she wore this aloof, despondent look. The shimmer of joy fell from her face, as if her spirit had flitted away from her body. Her heart is truly one of a kind. Please allow her to find peace and calm by your grace, for this I pray. Our Father, blah, blah, blah. This definitely implied that he had a gay relationship with Isaiah. I think is what they were getting at there. We also have now gained young Romina, who I'm going to immediately start living life with, and young Everly, child Everly, kindergartner. So that's fun too, and I think that it would be a good idea to start living as her, where we will see how she lost her eye right here is my bet. So that's fun. Well, fun for people that enjoy trauma, I think. Isaiah, what do you got? It sounds too far out, doesn't it? Universe bearing itself to me, then telling me I must help others find their path? Be honest, you think I'm a nutso? Why does this kind of sound like Owen Wilson? Haha, no, it's wild, but the way you believe, you make it feel like it happened. It's pretty groovy, actually. I've been in town for a while now, and each time you stop by, you're the only one who cares to hear from me. I like our little chit-chats. All anyone sees in me is a poor girl working for rent and a meal. I really just want to sing in New York or something. I like that you dream. I see a beautiful soul in you. She's looking for her path in the vastness of consciousness, like we all are. Oh yeah? How can you, a wise and mysterious pathfinder, help a dimeless diner waitress? Pathfinder. That's a way perfect. Well, for starters, you need to tell me what the universe shows you after you take this little drop of acid. I'll join you. It's okay to be nervous. That's good, actually. It's something to overcome. So what would happen if I eat that or whatever? You'll begin to see existence through your third eye. Yeah, don't smirk so big. It sounds buggy, I know, but it's harmless. Personally, I feel hugged with joy from seeing the world's energy and my place in all of it. We can lay in the grass by the playground, stare into the beautiful patterns of nature. Can you skip out on work? Well, I think Dory won't mind if I head out a little early. Be right back. I'll tell her my stomach's acting up. Alright, so they dropped a bunch of acid together. Enoch dies right here of acute kidney failure. Okay. Rest in peace. Young Danny, we're getting all kinds of stuff, man. We have the wheat fields. That's nature location right here. Viva la hallucination. Violent riots spread across France preceding the French Revolution. The upheaval lasting from July 22nd to August 6th in 1789 was known as the Great Fear. Sparked by poor grain harvest that year, peasants, afraid that the remaining grain would be hoarded by the wealthy or stolen by brigands, were frenzied into mass panic and took to looting the lands and manors of the nobility. Due to low yield harvest, all grain was kept that year, even the grain contaminated with ergot fungus, a growth that contained psychoactive alkaloids. With a little option for other food, peasants looted and ate the contaminated grain, and an ergot epidemic swept throughout France. It's been considered that this mass hallucinogenic hysteria paved the way a step towards the all-out revolution that reshaped French society. Today I friggin' learned if that's actually true. The insect realm. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Sure, okay. The mayfly is now exploring the insect realm. I don't quite know what to do with that. And the ladybug is gonna start living life. In fact, the stag beetle, I kill you! I yells, scared and mad. Enemy stag beetle step closer and open jaws, horns wide. Biggest I ever sees. He old warrior and not talky. Shell battered from many fight. He look at female beetle under me, then back on my size, and he lift head high to show. Fight ready. I hates him so much. I fly long time from full moon to half moon to find female beetle, and she is here on log, and I almost mate her. Then old warrior ruin all. I never mate once in whole life because of enemies. He bigger than me, but enough be enough. No run, not this time. I open jaw horns as big as can and make self brave with hate. Am quick in charge and we lock horn. Got strong, so strong he is. This is reading like a fanfic, brother. Hard to grip self to log each time he lift neck, so I twist my neck side to side and break his stance. No use, he lift me in air and my 6 leg flail about like onion grass. Then fear thought, he too big and strong and I not ever deserve mate. I hate such thought. I hate it across whole of life. I hate it so hard that I find new grip on log and bite hardest I ever did. Shut jaw tightest I can and lift head, lift neck, lift old warrior in the air. He in total surprise and make first sound. Whoa! Old warrior refoots and toss me off log. Hey! My jaw broke and I land on back. He looked down at me long time, then nod and fly away. Not mate, female out of respect. I weak and squirm some, but no, this end for me. Hate gone, sun coming up, crows will finish. First chirps of morning happen, soon it will end. Not matter, I not mate, what a battle. Feel gladness, am settled, am proud, am warrior at last. What the... what in the world are we doing, man? I think that I am, we took a step into a wrong area for a little bit. Okay. Stag Beetle, you've lived a little. You're gonna start the insect mega project, which I still have a lot of questions about, but we're gonna roll with it. Isaiah's acid tabs. Okay, that's a lot of juice we get out of that. So let's start that process. Young Danny Pratis, we do have some stuff on. Young Romina, we have some stuff on. It's never ending, brother. I mean, it really is. It's never ending. Young Danny, let's start here. This episode's gonna break me. I can tell right now. Roses are red, my football is brown. I wish there was more to do in this town. I heard there's a prom which won't be the bomb, but if you come with me, it just might be. So what you say, Everly? Dash Danny. oh, to be young and in love. That's wow. That is something else, man. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Young Romina Zappa, the teenage orphan. Isaiah is so exciting and fab. His mind is like a big sky. It goes on and on and on. We've been dropping acid a few times a week, and he gives me space to explore my own mind and also calms me when something scary pops out of the dark parts. These are barriers, he says, but to the next level of universal empathy, wow, wow, wow. Acid makes everything drippy with Technicolor and just ooey gooey great. I'm a little nervous, but mostly excited to be part of this little farm project right outside town. His big plan is to start a community group. No, a commune for lost souls. He won't tell me exactly how he makes money, but I'm like pretty sure it has to do with his hippie friends who visit us once a month to drop off acid for us to push. He says I shouldn't get distracted with money anyway because it's a social construct thing used by fat cats to destroy humanity's brotherhood. I think that's what he was saying. He's too smart for me sometimes. I feel like such a space cadet. I just hope he loves me. It's been so fab having him in my life. We shag all the time. He calls me sunshine. I'd do anything for him. I really don't know, man. I think I'm at the point where I just don't know. All right. It's good. It's really good. Young Danny is blocked from living his life, which means that we can theoretically throw him on downtown Asbury. Just kidding. No, I can't. Is he blocked from living because we're missing resources? Yeah, it's probably knowledge. Yeah. Okay, so knowledge is our kicker here. I will say that this UI can be really rough to piece through, man. Like my brain kind of melts trying to navigate this whole thing. And we only have 19 of 84 people in the game. 84 people in the game. For the record, we finished exploring the wheat field. It's very exciting. It didn't give us anything, but that's good. You're technically generating XP. I don't need you to do that. In fact, Mr. Raccoon, I would really like you to live your life for a little bit. Stag Beetle, are you... Mayfly's doing this? What the hell was Stag Beetle doing? This is going and working out okay. What the hell is the pupa nest? Okay, work on the pupa nest. I don't know how I became the manager of the bugs, but I suppose we're here for it. Okay, here we go. This ought to be good. The ladybug story. Not do it, they say. So dumb, all agree. Big group, cousins and siblings clump together with me. All hide under leaf, clump for heat. Could freeze if not. Time of cold air, but I have question. They never question. They eat daisies, mate, hide, sleep. Eat daisies, mate, hide, sleep. On and on. Me? What there on top of mountain? Make way, I say, and fly. I fly up and up. Through many tree. Wings were strong. Follow long slope up. Only bug in air is me. I worry, what if hungry bird watches? I fly up and up. Less tree, more wind the more up I go. Wind and cold make wings harder to move. Antenna lose feeling. But I see top close ahead, so I push hard. Then it happened, big cold wind. Wing, front leg, middle leg, back leg, whole body stop from cold as wind carry me up and over mountaintop. I am prisoner of wind, but sight? Amazing. I see bigness and smallness at same time. How sky and cloud go everywhere forever. How rock and tree and water share the wild ground. Beauty I not know could be. Sight blurs, body saying, I done. Ah well, nice to see a perfect thing. I wake in ground needle where wind dropped me. First excited, I alive, can tell family of the perfect. Then sad, home, where? Hey ant, I say. He stop and put down leaf in mouth. He turned to me. I saw olive ground and sky. The bigness and smallness was so perfect. So what? He grunt and take his leaf to eat. Then mate, hide, sleep. For some reason, I absolutely adore those. I think there is something so charming about that. It holds so little anything to the story of this game. And that's, I think, why I love it even more. Okay, we have 124 knowledge. I do have negative 1,119 computers, which that's definitely a small problem. I should probably put some workers here. Child Everly is currently living, so is Danny. Another Danny story has been unlocked. Let's throw young Alvin on some computer scenario so that we can get the computers flowing to the present times. Because that should start to improve that, yeah. Okay, it's good. It's very good. Here's my production flow. If anybody can comprehend this screen, I will give you $1 billion because basically my entire self just like keels over in pain trying to comprehend this. Where's Danny? Oh, we also have young Everly's story. That's exciting. I will say that, I mean, I suppose she's age 6 here. He's age 17, but there's like a couple years in between here. What is she at this? She's age 34 here. I don't know. He's texting her at this point. Just left the principal's office, suspended for 2 days. Are you okay? I didn't think Alvin would just sucker punch you like that. He asked me to prom. I said I was already going with you. LOL, all good. He's legit crazy, and now in much worse shape than me. Oops, LOL. Serves him right. Pretty much everyone saw you hand him on his own ass, haha, and he's a senior. Yeah, I was just in survival mode. Apparently he's thrown out of student council and suspended from going to prom. Thank God. Hope you like a dude with battle bruises. Rar. Less than 3, 3, 3, 3. Less than 3, 3. Okay, that's the first time that I've ever unironically said rar less than 3 in a video. So that's good. Everly. Danny Pratus. Everly, love of my life. Will you marry me and make me the happiest goober in the universe? Oh wow, yes, yes, of course. Are those happy tears? I mean, are you absolutely sure? I'm just a mess sometimes, you know? I don't want to ruin anything or burden. Stop that. You're amazing. You're everything. You're my happiness. I'm sorry. I just want to feel normal for you. I don't want to be less than what you deserve. And why do I feel so lucky? Why are you making me look so dumb with my puckered lips? Ha, handsome goob, come here. Young love, my friends. Young love. We've unlocked a new person, Dory McGowan. Who the hell are you? The owner of Dory's Diner. Yep, that's the one. We know all about you. I got no XP here, so that is, that's a problem. How do I get XP here? We get XP from the nature location, where I can dump Dory onto this and start getting a little bit of XP. Food is a little low, and that's because we need to work to get it. Okay. All this is going. The sheriff's toast still going. Pupa nest has been squared away. Take a look at our animals. You're idle. Live life, brother. When in doubt, live your frickin' life. Okay, that's getting XP, which means that we can... I think I want to continue Enoch a little bit. Because I want to get this story figured out before we get too far on Isaiah, because we're going to witness Isaiah's death in here. Because that's going to happen... It's going to happen here? No, it's going to happen around here. Jesus, okay, yeah, that's a lot of time before we get there, actually. But that's fine, that's fine. This menu just melts my poor brain, brother. It just melts my poor brain. Okay, Enoch has a new story. Monsignor Winston. Hello? Monsignor, it's Enoch. I'm sorry to wake you. I need your insight desperately. Why, Enoch? It's nearly 3 in the morning. Are you okay? You've been my spiritual guide ever since seminary, and I need to make sense of what happened to me and know whether I'm thinking correctly and what is true for me and if God revealed some sort of mystery. Slow down, take a breath there. Now slowly tell me what's in your heart. I was in the woods this afternoon with an old friend, someone who knows the deepest parts of me. We had indulged in drugs, something like LSD, and yes, I know, Monsignor, but please, listen, I'm ashamed, I confess, I was testing my resistance to temptation. Clearly, you failed that test. You see, I wanted to know if I was ready for the vows of priesthood, whether my love of God would be stronger than my love of another kind. And suddenly, by this small abandoned grave, a spirit appeared and glistened in heaven's light. It had a look of sadness, and it pointed at me and said, you must, before fading away. My friend saw it too. It's how I know it couldn't be a hallucination. We shared the same look of awe and acknowledgement. I fell to my knees and prayed. I cannot sleep or eat. I've only prayed. I'm filled with prayer and crave nothing more. Enoch, if what you say is true, then rejoice. You've been called to serve by the angel Gabriel. Through God's wisdom and mercy, it is plain as truth that is the risen Christ. Fulfill your vocation, Enoch. You must. This guy was also doing acid. Okay. Young Romina. Isaiah begins the ritual. He lays me in the field and feeds me acid slowly and slowly, more than I've ever taken. My blood feels icy. It makes my skin tingle. Yikes. He says my ego will die and I'll be reborn with a purified soul. I don't know. I'll do it though. I'll do anything he asks. The sun's going down and the clouds begin to swirl. My eyes close and I leave Isaiah in the grassy field in my laying body. I'm dark night. I'm blackness. I'm nothing. Where is this emptiness? I'm sad. More sad than I've ever been. Bursting with sadness. I weep because there's nothing. Why? Why is it all nothing? Little bits rubbing together. I see little bits, gray like dirty snow, rubbing together in the black stillness. Static on television. Wow, oh wow. The dark is not true. The dark nothing is a door for energy, passing through to pines, a thick pine forest. My eyes open to the sun rising. In the grass is me. My body is the world's and I don't care about it. My head is in a man's lap. I remember I love him. Pathfinder. He caresses my cheek. I feel sadness and love and loss and gratitude and bone-deep tiredness. I recount it all in my mind, the dark, the staticky bits, the little girl, the rip, the green gem necklace, and I recount it many, many times as the sun comes up. There's nothing more I want than to remember it all. Sick. So her entire life plan was dictated by a bad acid trip. Lovely. That's going to be really good for the case made 70 years later when they posthumously go back and figure out what the hell was going on in this nightmare of a story. I love it, man. I love it. Okay, Danny and Enoch are both blocked from living right now. And I don't think that that's because of a lack of knowledge. Or it's definitely not a lack of... You're just blocked because you're blocked. You're blocked because of lack of XP, probably. How do I get XP in here again? It's nature location. You're out of food. Okay. That's because I don't have anybody working here. That's a pretty good point. How about we put y'all on this so that we create an alarming amount of stuff very quickly. And then the wheat field, I throw the raccoon in. He lived his life long enough. Oh, here we go. Urge so strong, feels deep, feels ancient. Cannot resist anymore. Now time to leave shiny black cave home. Ma says I have the itch inside. Itch to go search. Same itch as father and grandmother and older older grandfather. Far, far back it goes. Goodbye, Ma. Lick, lick. Goodbye, big sister. Lick. And young sister. Lick. And youngest sister. Lick. And young brother. Lick. Urge tell me go find Thinglet and protect it. Every muscle in me says do it. Thinglet close to town and humans. Humans love Thinglets. Not sure what is, but we'll know when see. Okay, good. The Ponderosa Pine has 2 stories. The people hung almost everything from me. They were obsessed with using my branches like the nesting birds. On warm summer weekends, piñatas swayed from my boughs over squealing birthday children made wild by sweets. Witches and bats and cottony cobwebs covered my branches around the Halloween time, all of it left behind and forgotten until the people realized that their winter holidays will soon begin. Those wretched cobwebs are never completely removed. And so came the novelty-sized ornaments, candy canes, strings upon strings of twinkling yellow lights at the expense of some of the smaller boughs. By springtime, the branches are invaded by multicolored plastic eggs, clumsy bird feeders made by the Asbury Seniors Handicrafts Club. As cyclical as the seasons, the people continued these rituals year over year, but recently I found they are not like the robins, starlings, blue jays, and crows. Death changes the people entirely. I see that the nesting birds return and see me as an ideal resting tree, close to worms and grubs, also to breadcrumbs and trash. Every year, many birdlings tumble to their deaths or fall prey to owls and hawks. The youngs die in drove. Yet, even after many deaths, the birds return each year, obsessed all the same with nesting, on schedule and unwavering. The people saw me as perfect for hanging many things, which to their own horror included a person. A single death. One death and the people break their decades-long obsession of decorating me. They shun my branches. They reject a joyful pattern in their lives. Why? For fear of death? For sadness? For disgust? If the nesting birds were this way, I would hold no life at all. That's depressing, for sure. Fresh scars in my bark. Why are the teenagers so obsessed with crudely engraving their catharsis on me? Their expressions are meant for permanence, but nothing lasts as long as they want. Even so, they carve up my lower trunk in all manner of feeling. J and K forever. J and K? I have no idea who that is. Becca equals ho. F.U. Will rules. Danny plus Everly. Tonight, a teenage male with a jackknife stabs into me. Ah, the blonde boy, Van Eisen, I believe. His energy is destructive, angry. He wants his message to last. It seems. Nearly an hour it takes him. That's a dick. This town sucks. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Not even sure I can show that on screen, but it's fine, I suppose. If I get demonetized, I get demonetized. Probably worse things I've said during this series. What a game, man. What an absolute game. We can live life as Isaiah, which is probably a good idea. We can live life as Dory as well, which I think would also be intelligent. But I think that this is as good a place as any for me to call it for today. Let's make sure that all of our things are fully wrapped up in people doing some stuff here. We can throw Isaiah, I guess, on this as well, just to start ticking it along. And then, I mean, I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more. As soon as Dory's story is ready to go, I'll be happy to include it. Mr. Raccoon's currently exploring his nature location. Yeah. And we need you to remain, unfortunately. Resources look okay. I do think we still have a computers problem over here. Knowledge is an issue as well. But the computers are slowly getting better, man. They are slowly getting better. Stag Beetle community event. Oh, here we go. The Great Underhive. Okay, Ladybug, get working. Dory's Diner. I mean, Danny's blocked from living. They might as well throw him on it. Okay, where's my, I got another artifact, man. Romina's Apron. It's just 250 wood, man. Who cares, honestly? I know that's not the correct approach for me to be taking, but really, who cares? We have animal. Oh, my ladybug flies into a spider web. October 9th, 2009. Stag beetle torn apart by crows. Just pure depression. The circle of life, man. It's a sad, sick, and twisted world, to be honest. Okay, how is Dory doing? She's good. Well, Romina, this room ain't much, and all that greasy smoke from the diner below makes the walls a bit sticky, but you're off the street, warm and dry. You can wash up any time in the bathroom down the hall. It's perfect, thank you, miss. A miss is for a pretty young thing like yourself. Dory will do, sweetheart. You decide to hit the road after finishing high school? Well, I had 1 year to go, but it was just a nothing school run by my orphanage out in New Mexico. Dead end, I think. You know, the influenza took my parents ages ago, so I know what it's like to get by with a little more than a suitcase and a pocket full of hope. Good on you for singing to the brunch crowd on the corner. Hustle gets you far. After Papa passed, my dear mama, Marge was her name, ran rum during Prohibition to put food on the tables, bless her soul. I promise I'll only stay until I can get a ticket to Memphis. I read in a magazine it's the land of recording studios. Oh, you got dreams, huh? Here's a thought. How about you come work as a waitress in my diner downstairs? You can pay a little rent, stay as long as you like. Might help save up some money for your... Oh, you're a hugger. Thank you. Okay. New Insect Realm story unlocked. I don't fully understand the Insect Realm at all. Here's the Insect Realm story. Insects make up 90% of all life forms on Earth. Their realm is more vast and deep and intricate than we can fathom. Histories and empires 10,000 times greater than our own. They arrived centuries ago, brought by the delicious allure of daisy fields. Small and driven, this is where they toil. Just so peculiar. So peculiar. I still need more story unlock on this guy. And now I can probably start to do this as well, which would be important. Cale Holt. He's the mobster that got taken down by old Buzz, right? I think. The Grand Rosa can do this, by the way, which I suppose we might as well do. And then we don't have the computers for this eventually, I suppose. Dear old diary. What a sleepy summer it's been. Like the whole town is napping after a big lunch. Those Revolutionary War books from the library really stoke the imagination. What would our town hero, deathless Nathaniel Asbury, be doing on a day like this? Laying a trap for Captain Ratcliffe and his terrible black cloaked dragoons? Pitching a secret camp in the Pine Woods? Maybe whispering about ambush plans with compatriots at the tavern. To be a fly on the wall seems like trouble in the growing pains of history. Trouble is the fire in the forge that shapes people into heroes. If I'm reading these books rightly, it was that awful Ratliff terrorizing the local citizens that made deathless Nate Asbury step up to be a legendary leader and become our town's namesake. Daw turkey turds. I just opened the electric bill and it might as well be for an arm and a leg. I suppose this is normal with Romina as a guest. Nothing brings me back to Earth like bills. Earth, Asbury, well then, let me remember what's all happened lately. We got a new priest at the Church of St. Francis, Father Bohiggins, young but seems really passionate. Romina's been around for 3 months. She seems to like it here. A little lost in the clouds, but sweet all the same. Aldous Snow is our new town sheriff. Such a serious fellow. I suppose Vietnam does that to vets, to the lucky ones. Some teenage boys went to dig up Crazy Huck's concrete tome and ended up bursting a water line. Those abominable bankers, the Van Eisens, raise rent on the diner. Folks tell me several other businesses in town are getting the same squeeze. Makes me wonder, maybe it's time to wear some cornered hats like Nathaniel Asbury and stir up a revolution. So that's good. We learned that the mayor comes from a banker family that basically ruled the town. So makes sense he would become mayor. Here's Cal Holt, who is a, quote, legitimate businessman. Brilliant. You can start living life as him in the future. But brother, that's gonna do it for this episode today. A lot going on, a lot of good things. All fun none the same. Asbury Pines. What a game. What a game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.